Hello everyone, my name is Carmella Contesti and I'm going to be talking to you about the man who has created an internationally recognized brand in just 10 years, Jason Wu. So a quick introduction into who he is. He is a Taiwanese-born fashion designer. He is known for sophisticated and well-crafted creations, and he is the essence of New York fashion. Some say he's the incarnation of the elusive American dream. So diving into a timeline of his life and his accomplishments to get him to where he is today. Starting in 1982, he was born on September 27th in Taipei, Taiwan. He was raised in Vancouver with his parents, and he is the son of Chang Mi-young and Wu Kun-min. And in 1990, they moved to Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada at a young age. His parents, who operate an export and import business, recognized their son's creative inclination, and his mother hired a fashion student in Canada to teach Wu the fundamentals of clothing design. He learned to sew, cut patterns, and sketch, as well as the art of draping. His mother would sometimes drive him to bridal stores so he could make sketches of the gowns in the windows. And unlike his brother, who would play with Nintendo, Wu would play with Barbies. He loved Barbies. He would buy Barbies and take them apart and then remake their looks. He says he probably had about 150 of them, including the Dior Barbie, Bob Mackie Barbie, and much more. This led to 2000, where he created Fashion Royalty, which is a high-end line of dolls. Wu spent much of his downtime designing and sewing doll clothes. When he was just 16, he reached out to the president of Integrity Toys, a Maryland fashion doll manufacturer, and pitched his designs. These fashion dolls are manufactured for sale to children as well as adult collectors. Wu designed 2 series of fashion dolls for the Integrity Toys, called Jason Wu Dolls and Fashion Royalty. These dolls were sold at anywhere between $70 and $400. When Wu was just 18, about 2 years after, he was appointed the creative director of Integrity Toys, and he remains a partner at the company. In 2001, Wu attended the prestigious Parsons School of Design in New York City, but he left during his 4th year, foregoing graduation in 2004 to intern for New York designer Narciso Rodriguez, whom Wu cites as his mentor. Rodriguez has been at the forefront of American design since he came onto the scene early 30 years ago, known for his American sportswear-inflected aesthetic and clarity of his lines. He impacted Wu and his design in many ways. Moving along, in 2006, Wu's dresses were used in the Delta Faucet Company's ad campaign for their Brizo line, where their models were photographed underwater. Also in 2006, Wu showed his first collection, a ready-to-wear set for fall and winter at New York Fashion Week. He also created his label. In New York Times described his style as ladylike and seeming to belong in an earlier era, meaning polished jackets, flower prints, and dresses with nipped waist and teacup skirts. In 2008, less than 2 years after the launch of his label, Jason Wu was selected as the recipient of the Rising Star Award for Women's Ready-to-Wear at the annual Fashion Group International Awards. Through this, he was then noticed and published by Vogue. This is where he earned his early clients, which included January Jones, Amber Valletta, and Reese Witherspoon. Between the years 2006 and 2008, these were very impactful years on his career that put his name out into the industry. But in 2009, for one of her first public events as the First Lady at the inaugural ball, the designer shot to mainstream success when she wore one of Jason Wu's dresses. Dressing the First Lady for her opening night provided Wu with the kind of aura and worldwide brand exposure that money cannot buy. But it didn't keep the lights on for the next 8 years. Wu did that by himself. So much has happened in his business than dressing Obama. But after this, his brand skyrocketed. Just in 2009, in February, the e-commerce site Net-a-Porter began carrying Wu's collection for the first time. Then in September, he released eyewear that was then displayed in the spring 2010 runway. Also, he gained his CFDA status and a Vogue Fashion Fund finalist in 2008. He finally became a member of the prestigious organization. In June of 2010, he earned the CFDA Swarovski Award. He won this for women's wear and cemented his status in American fashion. He also released handbags and shoes and nail polish. He kept expanding his brand. In 2012, he earned his first partnership with the discount retailer Target. He said that his collaboration with the budget retailer showed him that there was a demand for Jason Wu at different price points. Also in 2012, Miss Wu was introduced to Nordstrom. It's a contemporary line with a lower price point than his regular collection. In 2013, he became Hugo Boss brand's artistic director of women's wear. He was very successful and spent 5 years working for Hugo Boss, and then he resigned to focus on his label in 2018. While continuing design and expansion of his brand, he did not stop. He continually began to innovate and then decided to release Jason Wu Beauty at Target. Some iconic garments from Jason Wu is Michelle Obama. Not only did she wear it for both inaugurations, she further raised his profile by appearing in his designs on a number of other occasions. Her patronage helped establish Wu as a major designer in the fashion industry. Also, several well-established models are pictured on the runway wearing Jason Wu's designs. Bella Hadid and Lily Aldridge lit up the runway for Jason Wu fashion show in spring 2018, ready-to-wear looks during New York Fashion Week. Moving on to Jason Wu's visual aesthetics, he says that his design aesthetic is feminine, refined, sophisticated, and highly inspired by his favorite era, which is the 1950s. He sources his fabrics from mills in France and Italy. You can tell that the fabric is amazing quality. He is also known for unique prints, as shown in the pictures, and the use of feathers, as shown in the picture on the left. He uses old world techniques with a modern eye. He gives credit to his mom for these old world view and techniques, and also he is known for intricate embellishments. Overall, Jason Wu is very intricate and known for creative and new ways of printing and designing. These images are the newest collection by Jason Wu. You can see that the materials are great quality, and on the right, he used a new technique for printing on the garment. Moving on to his target customer, he says he creates clothes for women who are not only fiercely fashionable, but also their own power and femininity. He has a broad target market with a range of retail formats and price points. Since 2007, he has created clothes for women featuring elevated, ready-to-wear pieces in sizes ranging from extra, extra small to 5X and 0 to 32. He targets the woman with feminine power, classy couture into everyday wardrobe. He targets all women and encourages female power. Onto his retail formats. He opened a freestanding in Shanghai. It is very visually appealing. He also has his name in Target and Nordstrom and the e-commerce, which puts his retail formats from all the way from luxury to discount retailers. And these are my references, and I hope you enjoyed learning about Jason Wu as much as I did. I have a great appreciation for this designer and learned a lot of things that I did not know about him. Thank you.